Hi, Daryl Lucas here. I haven't had a chance to come to you on video lately, but earlier today I learned something that compels me to speak up. A few years ago, one of my followers on Facebook told me that she and a lot of other people have come to depend on me to tell them what's happening in the world. And they also trust me. Since then, I felt compelled to do all I can to maintain that trust. It's for that reason I come to you, because I have to say, with a heavy heart, that I can no longer unequivocally stand by someone whom I've promoted and supported in recent years. Namely, Christian investigative journalist Julie Roys. I first learned about Roys when she unearthed an attempt by heavyweight televangelist John MacArthur to cover up a COVID outbreak at his church in L.A. Since then, I followed a lot of her stories exposing waste, fraud, and abuse in the evangelical world. I've even shared a number of her stories on Daily Kos in hopes of showing my fellow Cossacks that there are Christians out there who are working to clean their own house. But I can no longer do so uncritically after learning something that raised some real questions about her ethics. For some time, Royce has been under fire for posting about the pending divorce of Cora Jakes Coleman, daughter of megachurch pastor T.D. Jakes. Royce posted a story about that divorce after Cora asked for privacy. Well, it turns out there's a very good reason Cora asked for privacy. It turns out that her soon-to-be ex-husband is facing charges of child molestation. According to the Christian Post, when Corey learned of her husband's depravities, she immediately filed for divorce and alerted the police. In other words, by making this public, Royce may have inadvertently hindered Cora's healing, as well as that of her children. When abuse advocate Julie Ann Smith, who has criticized Royce over this posting, mentioned this on Twitter, one commenter noted that Royce did something similar when Christian speaker Jen Hatmaker announced she was divorcing her husband 2 years ago. Royce blasted out the news of the divorce before Hatmaker had a chance to announce herself. I couldn't believe this was true. But when I looked at Roy's Facebook archive, there it was. Roy's defense was that Hatmaker built her platform and public persona on her marriage and family. That doesn't come close to rising to the level of a compelling public interest that justified blasting this out before Hatmaker could announce it publicly. I couldn't believe Royce thought this was okay. After all, Royce worked in secular journalism before going to Moody Radio, and where she worked before starting her own mini investigative newsroom. She also went to a journalism school that's even more prestigious than mine, Northwestern, to be precise, which has ranked a lot higher for some time than my alma mater, Carolina. So surely she would know that she couldn't chance her husband and kids find this out in the media rather than from Hatmaker's own lips, right? Apparently not. Even worse, as near as I can determine, she deleted her tweet about that story under a fusillade of criticism. But the Facebook post is still there. This stings on a personal level because I truly believe Royce is doing a public service. For instance, she deserves to be applauded for reporting on MacArthur's appalling treatment of a domestic violence survivor. But to overlook this would make me no different from the evangelicals to ask us to overlook Donald Trump's depraved and often criminal behavior. It's now clear that Royce has lost her way or is in danger of doing so. She owes Hatmaker an apology, and she really needs to rethink her ethics. Until this moment, I considered myself part of her team. Not anymore. That is all.